Good morning, meteorologist Bob Acanfrio with today's tropical update for Tuesday, October 25th, 2011. Hurricane Rina is the story this morning. We have a Category 2 hurricane now, maximum sustained winds of 100 miles an hour. Movement to the west-northwest at 3. Been pretty stationary or a very slow drift overnight. And the center is located 17.4 north, 83.8 west. So what we're seeing currently, this is the official forecast track by the National Hurricane Center. We do have tropical storm, we have hurricane watches out here for much of the Yucatan Peninsula here. Any travel plans to the Cancun, Cozumel area, please change them. If you could go next week, it might be a little better, obviously. This system will be affecting Rina will be affecting this area Thursday night, Friday morning time frame. So again, any travel plans down there should be changed. Still an opportunity for Rina to become a major hurricane. The official forecast track by National Hurricane Center does have that occurring by tomorrow morning. Could even happen today. Rina's looking very healthy and nothing really to stop it in the next 24 to 48 hours. After that, once the system starts getting closer to the Yucatan Peninsula here. Now, whether it tracks over the Yucatan or just to the east, that's really going to depend on how much weakening occurs. But conditions are much more hostile up here for weakening. We're going to have increasing southwesterly shear, drier air, falls up here, folks, tropics down here. So once the system gets up into this area, weakening will start to occur, and then we're going to start seeing it take that drift off to the east-northeast or east or even southeast. If it really weakens a lot, it could come back down towards the south. Yesterday I said Key West needs to watch this. Still needs to watch this. My thinking yesterday was maybe as far north as the Florida Straits. I'm still there. Don't think this is going to head towards South Florida at all. I'm basically taking that off the map at this moment. You still, if you're living in South Florida, still want to keep one eye on this, but highly doubt this gets that far north. Again, Key West, the Keys, we stick out down here. Definitely still want to watch this system. In any event, it will be a weakening system if it does get this far north. So, highly doubtful you'll see a hurricane up in this area here. Still thinking as far north as it may get right in this area here. Western Cuba, maybe Florida Straits. Again, it could weaken so much that it could just meander southward here and just die out. Maybe make a loop, come back. Very possible as well. Definitely in the realm. But as far as it's getting farther north up in this way, I really don't see it at this time. It would have to be a really strong system to push it up this way. And with this hostile environment up here, it's just not going to happen. So again, Key West, the Keys, still want to keep an eye on this one. South Florida, I wouldn't worry too much about this system at this time. And of course, travel plans down in the Cancun, Cozumel area, definitely want to change those plans. Okay, let's get to some maps here. We have current satellite view here. You can see Rina, very well organized system. Still haven't seen an eye pop out yet on the satellite. Maybe one trying right in this area here. Be nice to see one. Rina is also a small system, and that's another reason why once it gets up into this hostile environment here, this small system is really going to get torn apart. It's not a large hurricane, pretty small in size. And when they're small in size like this, you get a little bit of shear, some drier air, hostile environment. You'll see a rapidly deteriorating hurricane pretty quickly. So as it moves towards the Yucatan Peninsula here, and the Cancun, Cozumel area, we should see a weakening system, but still should see a hurricane up in this area, unfortunately, because as strong as it's going to take a little while to get weakened down, but it will start weakening up in this area. But anyway, pretty good hurricane here. Actually, definitely very well developed. Good outflow, all quadrants. Nice little channel off to the northeast. A little bit of sloppier outflow right up in this area, and that's where the more hostile environment is. That's where the drier air is. You can see it eating away a little bit at the outflow here and some of that stronger wind shear. So you can definitely see the difference between outflow down in here and then the outflow up in this northwest quadrant. Definitely different there. looking at the Gulf of Mexico. So again, here's the hostile environment right up in here, and this is going to continue and even get more hostile as this trough moves down in here towards the end of the week. Shear is even going to increase more up in here. So as great as Rina looks today, once it gets up in this area, it's going to look much worse. So, and again, that's for the folks here in Florida if you're worried about this storm. And again, the chance of this coming to South Florida have greatly diminished today. And again, the Keys still want to keep one little eye on this just to see what happens. Looking at the bigger picture here, here's the trough that's going to be progressing eastward during the week here. And this is going to come down towards the southeast and east coast by Thursday, Friday, Saturday through Florida. And if Rina was to be real strong up in here, that trough could have kicked it across Florida. But looking at a weaker system up in here, what that trough's going to do is really just kind of move it off to the east. And then if it's weak, it's just going to crush it back down to the southeast and the south as high pressure builds back in next weekend here. So that's the pattern we have right now currently. Wind shear, again, pretty good today across Rina, around that 10 knot range. Good for increasing strengthening here in the next 24 to 36 hours. And again, the higher shear off to its north. This is Invest 97L. It's had a great upper level high over it, but just can't get its spin on right now. National Hurricane Center giving this area about 30% right now. We'll watch this as it gets into the west, southwest, and western Caribbean here in a few days. Models aren't as excited today on its development. And again, we'll have to see how close Rina is to it and what will happen down at here with 97L. Current models here, and this is updated, so you see the GFDL, this is 6Z. I don't have the other graphics on it, but you can see the current GFDL has now taken it more towards the Keys. It's changed its tune. I'm not sure if it's a weaker system or not. I don't really have the specifics on that, but you could see definitely a more southern track. Nobody pointing towards Florida right now. Well, the BAM is, but we'll just take that out of the equation. But most of the models, again, even the HWRF have it stuck down in here and as a weakening system. And again, that's really where I'm headed right now with this system. Really see no reason why this would come up to South Florida at this time. GFDL model. This is 0Z. I'm using all 0Z right now. I know the 6Z just came out, but I'm not a big fan of the 6 and 18s. We'll go with the 0 right now. Again, I can't talk this morning. GFS model. Again, just keeping it down in here weakens this system as it gets more towards the Yucatan, brushes by the Yucatan, weakens it, and then again, just kind of sits down in here as a weakening system. And again, it could loop, come back, get stronger again. All that's in the realm of possibility. It does make 97L a storm here eventually in the southwestern Caribbean. Probably the only global model right now showing that, I think. Not too many on board with 97L anymore, but we'll see what happens down there with that system. Really quick here, Euro model. Again, this is a little outlier as it brings it right into the Yucatan right here by Thursday night and then just weakens it. And that's it for the Euro with Rina. And then you can see the HWRF model. Again, just kind of weakens it and just kind of kills it up here as it weakens it as it moves towards the east, towards the western tip of Cuba. So really, that's the forecast right now. Again, let me just show you Invest 97L real quick here. Not doing much today. Looked a little better yesterday. Can't really get its spin on right now. Does have upper level high over it. So again, we'll watch this system as it moves westward into the southwestern and western Caribbean. See what kind of interaction it does have with Rina here. And we'll see down the road what happens there. So again, just a quick overview of the forecast. South Florida, pretty much out of the woods, I believe, with this system right now. The Keys, you still want to look at this system. Keep one eye on it. I still believe it's going to get stuck right down in this area here. But, if you're in the Keys, still want to keep an eye on this system carefully. That's it for my update this morning. I will have another update for you guys tomorrow morning. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it's Robert, ACANFRIO. And again, weatherbunker.com. A lot of great blogs on that site. A lot of fun. Have a great day, folks.